Hey everybody, it's Abe Shreve with Maps Coaching, and I'm here to share with you my particular buyer process. Now, I've had a lot of people that ask me, you know, how is your team so successful with buyers? And I've decided that it would be a good opportunity to share that here. Now, I've taken bits and pieces from different trainings that I've gone to over the years. So you may see some things that are familiar. Just know that the very best techniques are those that are borrowed anyway. So it all starts with a system that you use to capture buyers. So say, for example, that you're using an IVR system, a 1-800 system, or you've got a call to action that prompts somebody from a landing page to call into a number. Or they fill out some information and you're calling them back. The magic starts the moment that you call them back. Now, we all know that it's mission critical to get back to them within about 5 minutes of their first inquiry. So you want to make sure whatever system you has the appropriate responses, the appropriate prompts, so that your buyer team or that you know to get back to them right away. Now, I would call back and say, you know, the phone rings, ring, ring. And they answer, hello. I would say, hi, this is Abe with Keller Williams, and you just called on this beautiful property on Wilmington Way. Would you like to see it? Now, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying, would you like to see it? They're all calling and saying, hey, I'm just calling you back on this property. Can I answer any questions? Is there anything you'd like to know? It's so weak. Get rid of that. You just want to call them back and invite them to see the property they called on. Now, it'll always go the same. How much is it? That's always the next question. Yeah, no problem. While I look up that information, let me ask you a few questions. So as I'm looking it up, because I actually don't know my listings, right? Wink, wink. So as I'm looking it up, I'm asking some prompting questions. Now, they don't know me and they don't want to talk about their financial situation right now, but they'll talk about area. So I'll say, you know, you called on a property in Kaysville. Are you interested in living in Kaysville, or would you also consider living in Layton? And I name an adjacent area. And because I'm in Utah, I don't say Layton, I say Layton. So I say, are you interested also in Layton? And they would say, you know, we're not interested in Layton, but we would also go to Farmington. So instead of going north, I know now they're interested in going south. Excellent, you called on a Rambler. Would you also consider a 2-story? You know, we have a problem with stairs. We really need something without stairs. Wonderful. Well, the home that you called on is $450,000. Is that within a price range that you're comfortable? And at this point, they'll say, that was a little more than what I was looking to do. And I'll say, no problem. What price range were you hoping to stay in? We were really looking between $350,000 and $400,000. Well, I tell you what, I have a list of properties between $350,000 and $400,000 in Kaysville and Farmington that are all Ramblers. Would you value a copy of that list? Now, it's hard for us mentally to say, I don't want the value. You keep the value. So I say, would you value a copy of that list? And they say, yeah, we would value a copy of that list. Excellent. I can get together today at 4 or 6 o'clock and work better for you. They will always say the same thing. Can you email it to me? Now, the reason they're saying this is because as agents, we've trained them that we're going to take our most valuable resource, that's not even our resource anymore, but we're going to take this list of homes that we get from the multiple listing service and we'll just send it to them. And the hope is that by sending them all of our information for free, they'll just choose us. Out of all of the other agents that are doing this, the planets will align and the universe will choose us, and then we'll get to be their agent. And I'm telling you here before heaven and all the angels, that is crap. That is not business on purpose, and it doesn't work. You're using this as a filter to determine how serious they are as a buyer. Would you value a copy of that list? Yes. I can meet today at 4 or 6 better for you. You know, we're busy today. Could you just send us the list? You know, I actually can't. I don't have it in that format. But I do have availability tomorrow at 4. Now, if they will not meet with you, do not meet with them. We've all had an experience with a buyer that has taken us down the road and then ultimately not done business with us. If your marketing is active and progressive enough that it's producing a lot of leads, then you need a good filter system to determine who among these leads is going to buy something, right? Now, if your spidey sense tingles and you sense that I should meet them at this house because they're really serious about that house, I'll leave that to your own discretion. But business as usual, day in, day out, I want you to be using this as an opportunity to filter who's a serious buyer and who isn't. So the whole thing goes like this. Ring, ring. Hello. Hi, this is Abe Shreve over at Keller Williams Realty, and I'm just calling you back. I see that you've inquired about the home that we have over on Wilmington. Would you like to see it? Oh, how much is it? Okay, great. While I look up that information, let me ask you just a couple of questions. The home you called on is in Kaysville. Are you only interested in living in Kaysville, or would you also consider living in Farmington? Yeah, we would consider living in Farmington. Fantastic. Are there any other areas there that you want to look in? Well, we're looking in Kaysville, Farmington. We'd also consider looking in Layton. Oh, excellent. Fantastic. You called on a Rambler, and there's a lot of two-stories out there. Are you only interested in a Rambler, or would you also consider looking at a two-story? No, we can't have stairs, you know, we're only interested in Ramblers. Fantastic. Well, here I see, here's the home that you called on, and it's on the market right now for $450,000. Is that within a price range that you're comfortable? No, it isn't. We were actually looking to stay somewhere around $350,000. Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, I have a list of homes in Kaysville, Farmington, and Layton for $350,000 and less that are all Ramblers. Would you value a copy of that list? Yeah, we really would. Perfect. I can meet you today at 4 o'clock, or is 6 o'clock going to be better for you? Hey, would you just send it to us? You know, actually no, and I'll tell you why. I don't have it in that format. So I'm available today at 4 or 6. I know that you'll find a lot of value in the list. We can meet you at 4. Now, don't get off the phone without saying, hey, before we go any further, have you entered into a contractual agreement? Have you signed an agreement with a realtor to represent you? You got to ask that. Because if they have, just kill this right here. Say, oh, you know what? No worries. Your realtor has access to the same information that I have. And if anything changes for you in the future, give me a buzz. But as you've entered into that relationship, I actually can't help you on this, but I tell you what I can do. What's the name of your agent? And I'm going to send them this listing. And that way they'll have the information for the home that you called on. I'll get their information and send it on. You always want to ask that. This is the very first step. Set the appointment. It's critical to set the appointment. Now in the next part of this series, I'm going to teach you what to do when they show up to get that list.